I was more thinking it was like a rock or something. Holy or a nuke. Dude, no. What the fuck is... What is he doing? He not Joy Boy.
Yeah, absolutely. That was like a big...
Dude, I'm not kidding. Why does he look so unhappy?
Incredible for SSG, the fact they couldn't qualify in the first place. They made some changes going into this stage, of course, moving on from Bliss and Callan, and instead picking up Hawk, you know, who's...
Okay, what's he doing? Okay, Chronic, little dance move. Okay, okay.
The game from North America. And now going into this one instead, they picked up Lep, and they've been looking really...
No, the collar up is insane. The collar up is insane.
Heroes. And so that has been enough in North America to really secure second place and provide some really solid performances. But I think the big question is now on the global stage.
He's doing the Sugar Conda. Okay, CJ, we see the heart. Not sure why Hawk's trying to shoot me.
Where they have played this team and this composition around the D.Va and the Zarya so much that they're able to translate that.
Sub scissors. We know he's a sub.
Even like Christopher said it,
and I'm not talking about the position.
Because if you compare it to like a wrecking ball and you gotta coordinate a wrecking ball with a tracer, like there's a lot going on.
So much going
and so
on.
Considering we've seen a couple of teams with them
today,
I think we can pretty much reliably consider SSG a good performer.
Do you think they flew scissors out? No, I was actually just playing ranked with scissors before the stream. Pook loves the 5 gifted. Y'all just making it rain on me. Thank you so much, homie.
Stage number 3, they are going to be coming in as the 3rd seed from that region.
Love scissors, but hell no.
That I've always been so excited to see, whether it's been in contenders or
felt that one. I actually felt that one.
Champion series. I hope that they're able to show us something really special, and I think that the players on the team.
I don't know many of the Peps players.
How will they?
Is that soon? What? What? When the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, big question mark for this team because a lot of people didn't expect Peps to be here in the first place, but then they take down Gen G, where there is an asterisk to be made. Of course, Exodial was having connective issues in that matchup. That was the
Is that Gojo? Oh, my bad. I couldn't even tell. FD God and Gojo look the same. Holy Thanos.
And now the question is, like you said, how will they fare against some of these other teams? I would say that they've shown that they're really capable when it comes to taking down Symmetra teams, which there are plenty of in the European region. But now, if you have to play an SSG where Willis has a pretty similar hero pool to Hawk, how do you do in a mirror matchup? That is a big question mark for this team. And Dip is another individual that I'm looking out for, having mastered the Tracer throughout the EMEA. Now you go up against Sugarfree, who is one of the best Tracers in the world.
Elglaze.
Looking also at Zara, when you look at the hit scan versus hit scan potential, I think Zara, Stray, and Sojourn has looked very good throughout the stage, and you don't get a chance to accomplish beating Symmetra teams if you don't have a good DPS system to support you on that hazard, as we've seen Willis
start the match, bro.
But I think you made a great point. Is the hazard actually going to come out here? Likely not, since Spacestation hasn't really shown us a whole lot of.
What do you mean? But I can't just put the YouTube stream on 2x.
The D.Va look. How does the Zarya look? And do we also see some strategic bans that come out that maybe prevent a good answer coming out from Team Peps?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of good bans.
I think this will be an easy game for SSG. I mean, it should be. I feel like Team Peps are mainly known for playing
massive target because of some of his hero pool limitations, right? So Peps immediately.
Wait, let me see baiting in 10 months. Let me look at their lineup. Let's see if I remember correctly. Okay, I mean, I feel like they're mainly known for playing Hazard. It's gonna be like Tracer, Hazard. Zoro's probably gonna play like Freya or Soj. FD God, I feel like FD God is probably gonna play Wu Yang Lucio. Zerion probably most like a Kiriko. I feel like D.Va just murders her comp. Eagles thinks it's up.
Because I think like if there is going to be an upset, maybe this would be the match to get it done, but I still went with Space Station.
Yeah, I went with Space Station 2 in this one actually, and I think it's
bro, didn't you remember when they're member for it? I do. I needed to see their players to visualize it.
Matchup against Peps, and I think that Peps will have to play at a different level against the composition that you don't really see as much of in the EMEA region. So on a pure head-to-head basis,
but Preds up, they are up. Preds are literally up.
What Danny actually chose here.
What is SSG posting?
Space Station, okay. I wanted to have shown Matt's prediction.
It's time for Overwatch Esports Worlds. We're bringing that NA firepower. Is that? Yo, No! When did Hawk do this? When did Hawk do this?
For now, let's go ahead
What?
and jump into our series, our final day one of the Overwatch Champion Series World Finals.
Absolute go.
Spacestation and Team Peps ready to go. You can see Christopher.
Yo, what happened to his hair?
Of the Spacestation squad.
What actually happened to his hair?
That did change between stage 2 and 3.
Mellow Hawk in 7 months.
They hired Christopher onto the coaching staff, and he's the type of person that I feel like has such a legacy behind him.
Sokoa thinks in 4 months.
It also comes with this roster from Hawk, Sugarfree, already having experience in the Overwatch League. I think you have to look at Christopher as another one of those veterans that can help glue this team together.
KK Norring's a 5 gifted. Whoop.
That will help them find success.
Yeah,
Mr. Sashi thinking 3 months. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm trying to stay locked in for this game.
In the coaching staff, you of course talked about how it's one of his favorite coaches he's worked with. Sugarfree in an interview with Overwatch TV talked about.
Loki, I thought Hawk retired because the game went 5v5. Dude, that guy loves Overwatch. Connor thinks 23 months. Whoop. Happy birthday, thank you. Surely now you can afford a flight. No, I was actually looking at the flights. It's like 700 if I wanted to leave. I think today or tomorrow.
That is something that you can bring into the mix. That is a very useful.
Hey, yo, Morrison, the 2 months.
He provides the coaching necessary to bring them up to speed.
All right, well, no surprise here for our first map of the series. We're going to be going to Ilios. This is a map that Spacestation have played a lot, and hopefully they have been able to kind of really figure out the way.
That's literally pocket change. All right, relax.
Like this.
Yeah, 100%. And they actually fared quite well against Team Liquid.
Let's see how they go this game before booking.
Specifically, they feel like they've got this.
I mean, if SSG get eliminated,
map pick, and then also the first ban.
I'll be genuinely disgusted at Lenny. Love user things sub.
Like we talked about, the tank matchup is going to be fairly even.
Team Peps Van Diva. Okay, honestly.
I talked about it. FTR.
Oh fuck. Nah, I think we're chilling.
More of a standard meta kind of Lucio Kiriko matchup.
I think the Wu Yang was actually a good ban. I think FD God actually plays a lot of Wu Yang.
I think the Diva ban is so smart.
I'm assuming SSG is probably going to play like a Zarya comp.
That maybe you are going to be able to expect to see the Zarya.
I think it's going to be like Zarya Genji, maybe Zarya Echo. I could see Zarya Echo too.
And on the FD God point, I don't know if he cares. Or he's going to mind the Wu Yang ban. Like, he's already shown to be an incredibly proficient Lucio. And so maybe there's still comfort there. You don't have to worry too much about that Wu Yang being banned.
Preds are already up. Preds are literally running right now.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
these guys are telling me to run Preds and are not even paying attention.
Very comfortable with the style that is going to be required. I do think that SSG, obviously, they must have suspected that the Diva ban was.
Are wootings allowed in OWCS? Yeah, I feel like the wooting doesn't really do much for Overwatch.
Because I'm willing to say that even though the Diva is banned, their primary plan is probably still intact. And so what tank are we going to see? I think on a couple of these maps, like maybe we'll just see both players cater to the hazard. It provides some mobility.
You're stupid.
What is still considered a off-tank hero, if you will. And that mobility can be really useful on a map like Ilios, of course. A lot of corners to try to secure.
Yeah, and I wonder then, maybe Willis doesn't fear the little bit of a nerf that actually did happen to Hazard.
Have you seen Rax moving with a wooting? Bro, Rack Attack moving slow as fuck on a controller is not fooling anybody, man.
The right tank, but I think given the circumstances, if you have
I'm telling you, the wooting don't matter.
On it, then why break something that isn't broken? Or
happy birthday, thank you. Happy you love watching YouTube. Have a good day. Thank you, homie. Hope you have a good one too.
Make sure that you have your connection to your account on Twitch.
Put it in 2x, you have to be rage baiting. Yeah, dude, it makes no difference. I'm already caught up.
We got value today.
Yeah, we got a lot of value today for a long broadcast, but
nothing changed. Nothing changed.
One of the days you can secure these ones, right? So we have drops for every single day here at the Overwatch World Finals. So make sure you tune in every single day and secure these free drops.
Did I hear that we have the other drops to show people?
Here we go.
Ooh, I didn't see these before. The weapon charm is so cute. So now
what is
really
it?
Gotta tune in on the
what is it? Where's the weapon charm?
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. Yeah, it's very nice.
Well, I missed it. What?
Last day as well. Another one. So many horses.
I love the horse. Wait, give
me all using that. We all using that.
Well, I mean, it's made out of wood, and they were essentially toys. Like,
dude, I actually fuck with the Diva skin.
There were iPhones, iPads, before we had Twitter. and TikTok and stuff like that. People were just like, well, we're gonna play with these 3 horses, and it became a thing. So all the Swedish people, they grew up with toy horses.
I like that. Have you ever made one?
No.
Okay.
You think that I could carve a Dalahest on
Well,
a piece of wood?
I mean, maybe.
You are massively like giving me way too much.
I don't
credit
know.
here.
Like, hey, you're a gamer. Like.
I'm a gamer. That makes me good at wood carving.
Maybe it means that you have like the hand-eye coordination.
I know I'm Swedish, Rose, but like I can't wood carve.
The Bergman thinks in 5 months.
I thought maybe you got the Swedish gamer buff, and that would make you good at.
You can't be saying no. I seen the clip dump, bro. The rack moving clip dump. The waffle thing's the 4 months.
Carving a Risa first.
There you homie.
Okay, I like that. I like that idea. That's the newest drop for next season. Is a little.
Dalahest and Risa. I might have cooked here. Debs, hit me up.
There you go.
He not fooling us, dude.
Just waiting for our players to get ready and then jump in.
He's not fooling us. Santharion in 2 months.
I'm really looking forward to what's going to be coming up in the next couple.
Oh my god.
We get a non-Korean team winning.
Okay, a lot of talk about the gap closing. I'm going to be.
I am sub the rack. I'm just not signed in on YouTube here.
Not closing enough.
Night piecing this up.
Can't keep talking about how the gap is closing and then the EMEA teams are not able to overcome.
Love you, Soldy things up.
Okay, fair enough. Crazy Raccoon, they departed from the Mid-Season Championship early. We won once. I say we. Bro thinks he's on the team. I'm not on the team.
Feet Demon. Thanks for the 6 months. Benji PKS things
There
up.
could be a chance, but I think it's going to be really difficult. Crazy Raccoon and Falcons.
Happy birthday. Thank you, dude.
You're right. I just think.
Base got Lucas in 17 months.
Maybe it's because it's.
Drinking that dirty Sprite for you today. Happy glow day. Thank you, homie.
Bunch of Hopium
Spaghetti
products.
things up.
I can't take it.
Oh man. Yeah, but I have hopium because I mean, just think about the way that.
Dude, the shirts are not ugly.
Just go.
Matter of fact, let me put it on right now. Mr. Paul things this up.
I want to believe.
Also, tap into the SG store. I think it's 50% off right now. If you want to get something, get a jersey or something.
The Varel match was an outlier. It must have been an outlier. Like, the Varel result is not indicative of Team Falcons at their very best. There's just no way. I refuse to believe the results we witnessed earlier today, they were one-offs. Surely.
They're gonna
I'm
hit the
coping.
VOD review tonight. That's for sure.
Oh, that's gonna change everything.
Who knows? Maybe it will. Well, you definitely know that the other teams can't keep getting away with it. And if you want to be that world-class team standing above the rest at the end of the World Finals, then you do demand perfection.
Oh, 100%.
No, it's literally nice. It feels so good.
It's just been a bit-
Squalls 3 in Israel.
We've been questioning
Adesanya thinks this up.
like, why are they dropping maps like this? You know, they made it pretty close at the Champions Clash as well in our first to 2 scenario. So it makes you wonder a little bit.
It's clean, bro. The material is really nice.
Eager to capitalize SSG. I think a pretty high.
Foot Locker uniform. All right, dude. Fuck you.
Being here at the World
It's actually
Finals,
really
we
nice.
Have the players capable to put forward some really good performances, but they gotta kick off things here against them.
And especially when a huge narrative for us has always been
What's the
how
link?
UNA and EMEA stack up against each other, and we get a chance to see that clash a couple of times now.
I just leaked my address.
Again here between the number 2 seed.
A large man thinks that 2 months.
Number 3 seed from EMEA, Team Peps. They come
Whatever.
in with a lot of hopes and dreams. A team that maybe we didn't expect to see here, but they earned their
But everything's on sale right now. The quality is really nice. Couple Worlds Edition jersey. My name's even on the back. I don't know if I can. You can see it. It says PG on the back on the collar. Really nice. Sampan Chung things in 5 months.
Enable a lot of the DPS plays that we saw from both of those players, and then, I mean, Willis on Hazard is just a demon.
Yeah.
Undo the top button.
And he's actually seemingly
Why?
making a Terran spawn, at least for the moment. So
Like this?
we're actually going to roll out with. Obviously, I do think that the most recent patch have maybe hit them a little bit. We talked about the...
Okay, no, y'all are just perverts. What are you talking about? No, you're being perverts. Lock into the fucking game, man. And I'm ending these threads.
They are a very smart team, and they look very coordinated. That's how they were able to beat some of these Symmetra teams. And so going into this matchup, I've no doubt that they have a really good plan in store. Now it's all about executing.
As a reminder, Team Peps and Spacestation, they have banned the Diva and the Wuyang respectively. So Hawk does not have access to one
Yeah, I
of
mean,
the heroes.
I think I predicted Team Peps come basically
Play the Wuyang, but as we enter
SSG on.
Team Peps, they're rolling out with something that we've already
No, I see. Yeah, Echo Zarya, Freya. I'm actually surprised by. Big ol' Bean thing in 6 months.
Tracer is still something that
Actually, Sugarfree is not that surprising.
This map. But on the Spacestation, Sugarfree coming out with one of his
Dude, Lenny's good at Echo. No glaze though, of course.
DPS pick that we have not seen from him in some time.
Yeah, and it's actually really interesting now as Hawk is putting a lot of pressure onto this point, and Peps trying to rotate around this map and trying to find some of these picks. A lot of pressure on Dip here playing the Tracer, because Tracer is really good against both Freya and Echo. And if you can combine with Zoro...
Bro, what are you talking about? That's not Lenny.
Should snowball the fight for Peps here. You can see them working around the map, trying to find a pick. But Dip goes down, and that's already a big advantage for Spacestation. Team Peps will be forced to regroup.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on production-wise.
Split on this high ground. And this
Well,
is
SSG takes the point already. I feel like they can't really do much. Like, Hawk kind of just like rotates with the team here and bubbles whoever the hazard goes on.
Get a rotation
Or they want to bubble Lenny if he wants to go in.
An opportunity to use it.
But it seems like they're just
Yeah, and you can see
perma
right now,
poking.
Spacestation are falling quite far back. We'll have to contest this point, and Hawk will step up to do so. But generally, they want Peps to rotate and make mistakes and try to find picks with this Freya and Echo. Well, he's working his way up a little bit here, but Team Peps, they haven't really been able to isolate a target just yet.
And Willis has to take some time to actually...
Dude, Hawk is carrying me, bro. He's playing a little bit too close to the pit.
From both the Freya as well as Zarya. Now that Willis has been topped up, there is an
Mayo
opportunity
FPS in the sub.
to dive in with this hazard. You can already see them kind of scouting for that. There's a Lucio all on his lonesome. Maybe Leth is going to be a big target here.
Kasuna rush here.
I mean, Team Peps are just trolling.
Yeah, and as the Kasuna rush gets laid over the point.
Wait, how is... What?
Has to actually press the gas. With a
How is Zerion so much faster on it? What?
Charge from that Zarya, and all of Spacestation is also going to have to take a step back. They let Team Peps take control of the point.
Yeah,
What?
we've seen that.
Jay can be sub.
Quite slowly here, and I think that's just a test
No
of
way
how
CJ's got one clip walking out of spawn.
Very methodically and waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. 53% for SSG. I'd say they're quite happy with that because as they're coming up on this ultimate cycle.
I mean, honestly, I still think Peps trolled it. They just gave up 50% for free. SSG are able to come into this next fight with literally 5 ults. Should be good.
A lot of pressure on them here now to secure some initial.
I mean, yeah, like, what is that Lenny ass pulse bomb?
Because they don't have the Kasuna rush to rely on anymore.
Yeah.
FD God's murdered.
FD God dies with the sound barrier.
And that is not good. Not quite online yet, but now definitely not a factor in this fight.
April the Fooling sub.
Let Spacestation just get the point flip, only having invested at the bola shot and a duplicate here.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive here. Peps,
Massive.
they're on a big hole right now, facing this difference in ultimate economy. And you cannot
Space Station give it up to Jacob, sir.
Maybe you can force out the Kitsune rush with CJ.
Thanks, y'all, homies.
Wanting to hold this position on the point here, but realistically,
This is not good. Zerion's gonna get another fucking Curio. Holy shit.
Down barrier against 2 support ultimates, it's going to be a loss for Peps.
With that Kitsune Rush still being in CJ's pocket, they can just wait for Team Peps to show up. And then
Nice. Wait, double support ult?
What they do, they layer both support ults
Wow.
though. So both CJ and Lep do not have
Okay, at least Willie's died. They're good.
But as that overhealth is continuing to keep Spacestation alive, Sugarfree, with a whole team effort, is able to take out Willis. And now with that main
Yeah, easy.
and both of these support fall
Easy.
Spacestation. And if that's not enough, a grab on the side to ensure that no one else can touch the point.
Wait, why is he laughing that hard?
Yeah, very comfortable first round from SSG there. They secured the ultimate value like I talked about.
Israel Adesanya needs to get this up.
Well,
Whoop.
Peps primarily struggling to find any picks with the Tracer and the Freya. And because they play this hazard,
Frank River.
you're kind of reliant on securing those picks in the first place. You want someone to be able to put some initial damage out onto the SSG roster that someone can...
Ain't that a UFC fighter? I have no idea. I don't watch UFC.
So them not being able to secure one of these picks early, that really came back to haunt them later on in the round.
Look, and there weren't even that many kills that were traded across the board. You know, everybody dying really like only once. And so
Mario D's 6'7", things 3 months. You love my shirt? Thank you, dude. It's super comfortable. I actually really like the material.
They weren't getting fully wiped.
Exactly. And so now you're seeing Peps, they're going to try to replicate this composition, but Willis is flexing over to the Zarya. Chronic here on the Ashe, of course, having received a buff recently with even longer distance when it comes to the fall of damage. And it's a perfect spot for Chronic to just pump out this damage. Now, Zoro playing this Freya, going to be a more mobile hit scan, There's a pressure on Zoro here to
Where'd you get from? The Space Station Gaming Store?
and find an opening pick for Peps.
But I think maybe this composition is better for Space Station. With Sugarfree on the Echo, you can actually go in and kind of...
Oh my god, they're both so low.
You know, mousetrap. You're going to try to sniff everybody out of there.
Felix flies things up.
They actually end up getting control at this point.
The how's no one on Peps dying? They're all one.
Willis is about to fall.
Again, yeah, Space Station happy to sit back here, and Peps have struggled to create any kind of space that then leads to kills, right? They haven't really secured any map control as of yet. And like you said, I wouldn't necessarily say they're favored in the neutral matchup here. So you have to be relatively explosively here and try to get one of those picks. Dip Zoro, let's see what you can do.
It's really on.
What?
So that at least this is going to be the first pick that maybe resets the course here for Team Peps. As Sugarfree goes down, this might be a little bit more opportunity for Team Peps to actually play a bit more front to back, and I think they should just kind of give it up again. They're not willing to invest.
Matt FVR thinks it's up and Dallas Miles thinks it's up.
Yeah, now
Referee fit. Okay.
This is all about limiting the Ash as well. Peps, they should be pretty happy.
How is Lenny 60 on copy, bro?
And here they go.
Both rushes come out. It's super chaotic right now. FD got his Ajax! Put his ass on the ground. 19-12x into 5 months.
Oh.
I mean, that looked really good for Peps, but you lose a...
How did that look good for Peps?
That is costly. That is very costly. And now with no support ultimates available for Peps, you're gonna find a way back into this round. A post bomb from Dip, but with a Suzu on the field, it's going to be a massively difficult to get value from this one. Hawk has the Graviton Surge. How do you work around?
Grav already comes out, blocks every Suzu and heal. Oh my god, it's just unbeatable. Unbeatable.
Willis is good enough. As we've seen Team Peps try to play things a little bit slower, Hawk only needs to invest that grab and get one.
Yeah, only needs to invest the one ultimate.
Logi high roller is too much.
Holding with 75% here. They can quite happily let this point go if they need to. They just need to find the picks necessary to close this round out. And Peps, they're gonna struggle to touch here. Pressure on Dip, on the Tracer. Needs to be the man to touch here. Oh,
wait, whoa.
Yeah, I mean,
CJ's dead?
CJ is good. That's actually a signal for Space Station to try to step back.
Alright, you know what, Dip? Let it fly. Hawk is dead. Left somehow Gab's FD God. What is going on right now?
So as we see the overtime start to go,
Chronic kills Zoro. Like, who is winning this fight?
I think the staying power on Team Peps is going to be quite limited.
Yeah, this is looking really difficult for Peps here. Chronic goes down. You can see Peps trying to juggle this point.
Holy aim.
Barrier if anyone starts from low. Willis.
Nice grab.
Yeah, and as the sound barrier comes out to
Even better grab.
there is going to be that duplicated Graviton Surge from Sugarfree that might just seal the deal. As Zarian does actually build up to the Insuna Rush, nobody touches the point.
If we lose this game, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
That's a tough way to finish out that first map.
Why do they look so awkward giving fist bumps? They genuinely look so awkward giving fist bumps. What the fuck?
Wow. That is a very tough Ruins round for Peps there. Obviously, the first one on Well looked very one-sided as he looked fully in control. But Peps, they should have brought that round closer. It's just not the way you want the World Finals to kick off. Obviously, just one map. You can bring it back. It's first to 2. You win your own map pick. Who knows about map 3? But that's a tough go for Peps. You really didn't get any momentum going in the first series, and you gotta go to a hot start here in the tournament.
It was tough to get a full team fight. Both teams very content with, hey, if we're a player down, we're just not going to invest in this fight. We'll wait for them to come back, play it slow, and that's why we saw very few eliminations actually get traded in either.
Yeah, it's a very slow matchup. And obviously, it's tough for Peps because, like we talked about, they didn't have an advantageous neutral when it comes to the damage output. They had to work some of those angles. And that's
all right, press it back up.
You know, for Dip, for example, you know, you're probably gonna work the inner side of the point.
I gotta take a piss.
Flank ready so you can capitalize with the rest of your team. So Peps, we talked about them being methodical. They definitely showed that they were methodical. But even if you're methodical, you need to execute well. You need to find the picks necessary to open things up. And as we take a look at the stats, like they just weren't able to find them.
Dip.
Yeah, but look, I think you can't look at the damage too much, I feel like, because it's all about them being clinical and securing the frags without the much damage done. I think this was just the case of they weren't able to combine for those eliminations, right? So if you're going to play this slow style, methodical style to try to build up into these team fights, a lot of staging being done, you need to be able to secure the picks, and they just couldn't. The damage players on the side of Peps here, relatively quiet.
I think that was more of the point I wanted to illustrate, is the fact that your supports are doing more damage than
Totally.
you, I think just does sell that picture even more. And I wonder how Team Peps would do if maybe they actually switched Dip to a different hero. But we haven't really seen much of that in Stage 3. For Team Peps, there really has been this Tracer, Zoro, and some type of hit scan. And then Willis on Hazard as kind of like that final way to secure their road to the Overwatch World Finals. So do we actually see adjustments from them? It's hard to say.
Well, I think Willis is playing comfort heroes. The Hazard, the Zarya, those are obviously the heroes that Willis feel very comfortable on, and I don't think we'll see any switch-ups from either of these teams when it comes to the tanks specifically. But I think you could have made the case that you're seeing the damage duos being played, and on the side of SSG, you had the Echo, you had the Ashe. Like, do we want to be more aggressive with our speed? Do we want to bubble our Tracer
I'm back.
try to get the momentum going and put pressure on SSG? I don't think Peps were able to do that, but now they get second map pick. They go to the map of their choosing, and we'll have to take a look what they have in store. Because I don't, honestly, I would have expected SSG to pick Ilios in the first place. So maybe it was a case of
Watch it be Shambali again, dude. Oh my god.
Win condition for Peps in this tournament to win Ilios.
Oh.
It's not a map that this team specializes on.
You know it's SG win.
Surely they must have good maps in store when it comes to the second map pick here.
Yeah, Spacestation looked focused.
Wait, how is Kev not there? Dude, Kev's not made an event this entire year.
They want to make sure that this is going to be a match that is very decisively in their favor. And I think it would be a little
At Kevster _ OW, you are a bum. Dude, that guy is not in here.
Yeah, I think SSG are definitely wanting to get off to a hot start in this tournament. You know, 2-0 would be amazing for them, and then a matchup waits against Crazy Raccoon, which, look, it's Crazy Raccoon. But we've seen some crazy things today, so who am I to judge what that matchup would look like? But I think that would be a massive hurdle to get through if you
Preds are up.
Because I think you're pretty happy just
dude.
Even if you end up in the
listen, you idiot, Preds are literally up
already. You know that your composition is working. It's something you can feel comfortable on for the rest of the tournament. So Peps,
spamming me talking about Preds, dude. Preds, they're literally up.
Again, both teams will be very happy to play a map like this because it caters to the tank players.
Chill, dude.
I get so I'm pumped to see it because obviously this is one of the newer maps entering the pool for the World Finals. We haven't seen it in a hot minute, but it's already delivered some really.
No, here comes all the wage bait, dude. Your Preds, they're not up.
And Newtown City is like, I look at that and I go like, wow, Hazard would be kind of nice.
Hazard would be kind of nice. Yeah, it's definitely a hero that can work here. I think there's a lot of tanks that are pretty viable here in New York City.
Why doesn't SG sign Coolman at 69? He's the best NA tank. I don't know.
Because typically,
New Junk City. Honestly, I'm down for a New Junk City.
On a map like this. But I think at this point, you could go in a different direction. A niche pick here would be something like a Genji.
Louis, where are the Preds? They're right there.
On this map. And I talked about going into this series about how both Sugarfree and Dip, they love playing the Tracer. But is this going to be a map where either of those change things up?
What? Why would Team Peps ban Tracer? I feel like SG's not even banning Tracer. Or playing Tracer.
Sugarfree is a world-class Tracer.
This ban makes no sense.
I think this is where we get a testament of Sugarfree's flexibility. He does have a fantastic Genji. We
Fear.
the Echo to success on Ilios.
Why is the only size of the SG that sold out the 4XL?
Or at the very least, we get to see Sugarfree show us more. Get us prepared for the tournament.
Send Katie in 4 months.
Demand more than just Tracer out of that flex DPS role.
Yeah, I would love to see the Genji come out because the Sugar-Free Genji is legendary, of course. But I actually think there's a different hero here that SSG have sometimes.
I think it's going to be Echo.
It's a style that also
hello, this thing on. What?
It's the Reaper, actually, that could potentially come out from SSG in this kind of scenario. I think it caters to the first point pretty well. and you're able to bubble up, put a lot of pressure onto the enemy backline.
Read my chat message.
But that's just one option.
Can we play Deadlock after I'm home from work? Sure, but I'm probably gonna be asleep or like out.
G was a team that really enjoyed playing that kind of a composition. For Peps though, really don't know where they're going to go with this one, because we haven't really seen Dip flex as much. He's talked openly about how he loves playing a hero like Sombra, but I think that's pretty hard to make work here. Sombra would be so
I've been up for over 24 hours.
Slower than Tracer, it feels like sometimes.
It is slower, but if you have the comps and you're able to make it work, I actually think Sombra is a bit of a dark horse hero, if you will, this tournament. I think there's quite a bit of capable Sombra players in this tournament, like Lip. That's always the first name out of my mouth when it comes to Sombra players. But I think that Sombra has the use case. I just don't think it's going to be on a map like New Junction.
I'm so serious. I am, bro. It's all good, SSG. All I need was love.
Come out here.
And I'll receive plenty of it.
Like, I agree with you, but I wonder, do you only play it for first point and then you switch? I think there is going to need to be some amount of heads up play. Like, okay, we've got this 1 point, that's the strategy, then switch. I think some teams, sometimes they get stuck in like the, well, it worked, so we don't have to change it. But, oh, but now it's not working and we've taken too long to actually fix the problem.
Yeah, I think what's good though is that Reaper, I think, is fairly viable on all of these points. Primarily, I think we saw earlier today, and Team CC were running May on all 5 points. And that was a bit of a question.
Battle order or jersey got a Discord code. Times are tough. I don't actually know if I have a Discord code. Well, I mean a discount code. I think so, but I'm not like 100%.
But I do think that the Reaper should be quite decent on all of these points. And
isn't he a PG-20? I don't know. I'm not 100%.
If you don't know what the
discount, man, discount code. Happy birthday, thank you, dude.
Star bubbles out or get the Reaper away from you. So Dip here is hovering the name.
So you talked about it before? I think I had one before. I don't know if I have one right now. Well, I don't know if it stayed.
But are we going to see Dip roll out on it? I can't say that I've seen Dip play.
Oh, I'm about to close spreads.
It really just has been permanent Tracer. But this would be the time if Team Peps were going to show us that they have a chance in this tournament. I think
holy, yeah, this is what I love to see.
Dip play something else and actually get a map win with it. So as the gates open up, it is going to be
Sebs thinks it gives it, or thinks it's up.
Team Peps. Dip does stay on the May, bolster up by this Zarya that's coming out from Willis. As we
I think May is Kappa.
It is going to be a Sugarfree Echo to start things off.
Wow, Sugarfree is really committed to these Echo. I think this is a testament to how strong.
No, he really is committed to Echo.
It's difficult here for Peps because who do you really isolate with the May here? You really only gotta look towards Hawk. You gotta force these star bubbles out, and there is the wall.
Okay, guy that loves dry humping is kind of scared. Wait, how is Hawk dead?
Wow, I mean that is one way to do it. We talked about.
Of course, to get value out of May the moment I say I'm not a fan of the May.
Behind that player you're trying to isolate, then that's easy pickings.
Team CC did not make May work. Are you crazy?
Yeah, and there's a bit of a timer here that Spacestation has to live through.
Actually, they low-key did.
From FD God, as Peps are going
codes are disabled during Black Friday. I see.
Out this ice wall from Dip, of course, so they can capitalize with their damage.
Well, reset things in 10 months.
Sugarfree. Another wall here onto Hawks, going to narrowly escape. Minor mistake from Dip there, actually. And now SSG, they can start surrounding Peps and poke them from all kinds of angles.
But I would start to get a little bit worried because the longer this goes on, the closer that Zerion is going to actually get to a Kitsune.
Yes, Chronic.
Zoro goes down first, so it might not be something that Team Peps actually wants to invest in, even if Zerion just earn it.
Yes.
As well as falls, this is a surefire reset from Team Peps.
Yeah, so tricky spot there. Dip wasn't really able to catch Hawk the second time, and like we talked about, the damage players just rose up for Spacestation. Chronic finding an early.
Killing Deso thinks it's 6 months.
Getting some momentum on that hit scan hero as well.
Marked L thinks his gift it's up.
And if you can force out an early ultimate here from Peps, that would be absolutely massive. Because if you are Spacestation, I don't think you're too worried about giving up this space. You don't really want to fight against a May in this initial close quarter.
And then you can worry about cycling through with Sugarfree's duplicate as well as this overclock.
Happy birthday! Thank you, dude.
He was able to earn up in that last fight. So Zerio's going to be the first to pull the trigger.
I feel like we just kite that and use our better curio.
Chronic taking it off angle is going to pop that overclock.
Oh, and CJ's dead.
Onto the rest of the team. Unfortunately, CJ gets hung out to dry and cannot invest.
And they beat too?
Kitsune rush into this fight, and Sugarfree gets got out of the duplicate immediately.
Yeah, that's really bad for Spacestation.
Oh my god, CJ getting picked with Curio Arthur is so ass. I mean, they should get a recontest, I think. Chronic won't be there.
Have the ultimate bank required to probably win this point, but
Nah, they're giving it up. They're giving it up. Dude, what? I thought it was so good whenever they kited their Curio and they were going to play into their better Curio, but CJ died.
Alongside Team Peps, they know if they lose
Will the jersey make me better at the game? Of course it will.
Spend ultimates, because it's going to be about that patience at the end of the day that might be able to knit you the series win as a whole. But as we enter into this next flashpoint, it's going to be all eyes on Hawk. Has this Graviton Surge ready to rip, and CJ,
I think SSG should only use Curio at this fight. Secure the Lenny's first pick.
Catches Sugarfree with an icicle, and that is massive. CJ going to drop the Kitsune Rush still. They think they can win this, but Hawk goes down as well. 5 versus 3 situation. Graviton Surge from Willis.
Okay, Team Peps are using a lot, but it's not good that they got the point cap.
That should be Peps securing the point there. That is a blessing for Peps that Dip was able to find an early pick.
But that was also still so much ultimate investment.
You distracted Lenny. Yeah!
As well as the Blizzard. And that's going to leave Spacestation with that sound barrier advantage. Oh, but Zoro actually, he pulls the trigger.
Kill this man.
With the overclock out, it's going to force that sound barrier out of left. And so that is going to be a useful tool for
Okay, Hawk has a free grab.
Sugarfree is also able to take out Zoro. So Spacestation come back in. They see the May ice wall come out. And now this is a chance for them to use this pressure from the Lucio. Actually get this Graviton Surge to land. Even just one would be good enough
May no cryo.
to extend Spacestation's time on this flashpoint.
And actually,
copycatting in 16 months. Happy birthday, thank you, homie.
Hawk there in that room, recognizing that Hawk has the Graviton Surge. So they take the extra time required to pivot the
huge grab. Money. Wait, Hawk died.
As well, but there's no sound barrier to keep Peps
Wait,
alive.
what?
Trading though, Willis with 2.
Willis with 2, and the fact that you still have this healing
What?
from FD God means that Willis and Dip, they're not in danger of getting killed. They can stay on this flashpoint.
Actually, how?
50%, and it's going to be on Spacestation now to come in with this duplicate.
Yeah, and Chronic is trying to take the off angle here. Good start as well. Sugarfree, let's see who.
Okay, Bubble Lenny looking for a copy push. Copy Zarya.
Going to be the Zarya for some extra pressure on this point. The extra 50% ult charge would be massive to get this grab.
Huge grab. Come on now.
Easy clean up for Sugarfree.
That shit was mid.
And they're looking quite good on this second point as well. Now, you can push up freely here, scout out what the enemy team is doing. And if you make things difficult for Peps here, it should be the final fight.
You have this Blizzard coming up shortly from Dip, and resounding sound barrier here from FD God. So I feel
the only thing I'm worried about is FD God getting this B here.
They might be able to take this.
SSG need to play slow, make Curie rush, and then they need to play the kite one of the ults.
They'll be looking to find a pick early here. No ultimates on their side. They have to go for a crazy play. They have to force an error.
I mean, Chronic can play at range here with the Sojourn. Maybe that's going to be the first pick that's
no. Kite that,
and to get the jump on left. So now that Lep is out of the picture, it's going to be Team Peps.
They have rush. If someone can touch, CJ touches, he TP's out. Who gets next though? Rush comes on point. So bad. This is so bad. We're committing rush to a lost fight too.
And with that, this is going to be the second flashpoint going over to Team Peps.
Yeah,
are we nervous? What are we doing?
Is so tragic there because SSG were looking for the re-engage with the Kitsune rush, but losing your Lucio speed.
Yeah, Lip did end up getting caught out.
Peps quite comfortably pick up the second point as well. But that was an indoor stage. Obviously, helps Dip get some value from that May. Now, when we move over to a more of an outdoors point, this should be better for Sugarfree's Echo to get some value.
You would think so, but the way the Team Peps are playing this, they can still pull the trigger with the Blizzard.
Okay, FD God died.
Trade for
FD died.
Hawk, and then we will still see Spacestation Gaming actually get a bit of a player advantage. Maybe this means they can win this fight.
No way this guy lives.
Without having to use any ultimates, this would be a big economy advantage for them.
Do you grab here? Oh.
That's actually crazy patience. I would have grabbed the fuck out of him. Sour though, think so.
By CJ, and I thought for a moment that maybe the defensive tools weren't enough. This point is yet to be capped actually, as we just traded back and forth. Lots of ultimates coming up for Spacestation, but Peps already.
Okay, both soldiers, Monka S.
Along with Chronic.
And Lenny's dead.
Okay, good enough now. Sugarfree was working up to that duplicate, so that's not something that they're going to have access to if this fight prolongs. Hawk not able to get that gravity.
Side Gavin is 11 months.
So Team Peps, they take control first. And Johnny, it's looking good here for Team Peps.
Yeah, it's looking really good, and this is a spot as well where you can play aggressively. Zoro finds a late pick onto CJ as well. Quite a stagger. Now, left past this sound barrier, but he's not going to be able to navigate both the Graviton Surge and the Blizzard. And you can see Dip lurking, hiding here. They're going to choose to back off.
Okay, Lenny goes in, scout with one bubble, see what's going on, and then copy Zarya. And then we save our support ults and go next fight. And then win with them. Alright, we're B pushing. Chronic is dead.
There's a late Blizzard, and Willis unfortunately does eliminate himself with his own Zarya damage. But now Spacestation have a chance to fight back. They do use the duplicate from Sugarfree to get out of the May, and they're gonna think
Hawk is gonna die. Hawk is gonna die. How's he getting no care?
Now it's going to be up to this Kasuna rush from CJ to actually be the difference maker to deny Team Peps from getting a 3-0 sweep.
What?
Point. But FD
What?
actually takes out the Kiriko. So Team Peps, like, they're on some literal slivers of HP, but they're making it work, and FD God even gets another one.
Yeah, they really were in that fight because of the FD God sound barrier, but one has to ask himself if that was the moment to really pop it. You could have saved those ultimates to give yourself a better chance.
What is going on? Okay, Hawk has a grab. They have no support ults.
Which is pivotal. So now you're relying on Zoro to kick out things off with this overclock. Maybe try to get out this Hawk Graviton Surge early. That would give you a better advantage if there were to be a second fight after this one.
Okay, Leb, don't die here. Play slow, make beat. We have grab, so you have time to make beat.
Architecture of this point.
Hawk, save your grab for the Curio.
With this overclock is going to let it rip, and Hawk
Beautiful.
Respond to that
Beautiful.
with the Graviton Surge. But where are the kills? Zarya lets his Kitsune rush over the point, and Zaru is able to take out CJ. And as Hawk falls, this looks like a Team Peps victory. They just need to clean up a couple of.
How do we not kill a grab when they have no beat? What?
Duplicate. Can he actually use this to try to extend the overtime on this point? As he uses the Zarya, the overtime wick expires.
What?
And Team Peps, they win map number 2 versus Space.
What is this guy doing, man?
Right.
Sit down.
Excited about it.
What does that guy just do? What?
They had one hell of a performance on New Junk City, and why wouldn't they? Looking real clean.
Feed the goat things 11 months.
Composition, and credit to the entire team for making that work against the Graviton Surge. Dip walling off his team to gain the extra survivability needed to live through, and Zoro on the off angle with the overclock made things really difficult for SSG in the end. And so they pick up their map win here, their map pick, and force a third and final map. Another banger on our hands here, Rose.
I know. A full 3-map series here in our first 2 upper bracket, round number 1. And where do we go from here? Because
I'm so fucking scared.
It's night and day. Even
Bob Burger from Bob Burger, these 13 months.
They can play pretty similarly in terms of having this off-tank head-to-head with the Zaryas. They didn't do that on Ilios, but clearly on New Junk City, they did it and made it work.
Yep. They looked really comfortable playing this May. Take this because it's a playstyle that they have to be wary of. I don't think they want to play into a May, and I don't think they want to play into a double flex support lineup if we were to see the Wu Yang Kiriko come out from Team Peps, of course. So SSG in a bit of a tricky spot here with their own map pick to head into this final map of this first 2 series. And you gotta give credit to Dip here, who actually executed on this May, found plenty of value. Again, we haven't seen Dip flex around too much in this stage for Peps, but he made the May work.
Yeah, and that's where I'm getting nervous. But I'm
Ryan, things are 4 months.
Because that was a question mark that we had after that first map. Can Dip play something else? The Tracer just looked too slow, and it didn't really feel like a huge factor being able to actually execute on the game plans that Team Peps had for Ilios.
Yeah, 100%. And now, just reviewing the gameplay here, I gotta say that, like, the Echo, I know that it's a really strong hero, but Sugarfree just wasn't able to find the picks required.
What? I feel like Lenny was doing so good.
With the Tracer ban. Like,
what?
Would have really gone to? I'm not sure that Reaper would have been enough.
And I don't think
Laco got things up.
Slow things down, right? So yeah, both the Genji and the Reaper would have been really difficult to play.
No, they speaking nonsense. What?
I think also speaks to the power.
Okay.
May is a really
Okay.
an alternative.
What the fuck? Yo, who's on the left side of my screen?
Yeah, that was a very brief glimpse at the head-to-head between Sugarfree and Dip. and you know, it is a bit of a stark contrast.
I feel like the main issue was just,
but I do think that
honestly, just the Mei walls. The Mei walls, I unironically say I don't think Mei's gonna do much here, and then it's just, of course, just of course.
They were in quite a hole after that first map. They didn't really have anything going for them on Ilios, but evening things up here between both a damage player after 2 maps.
Happy birthday, thank you, homie.
I mean, he is the carry player for this team so many times. Stage 3, stage 2, like Sugarfree came up clutch.
I mean, Mei's good there. I just feel like Echo should be doing so much more. I don't know.
Meta here, Tracer not as reliable off a pick, but Sugarfree still has to step up for his team.
I wonder if you go to.
There are so many maps, Rose. Like, it's so hard to predict what the map.
It is, but I'm kind of thinking like push. No, because.
Wait, push.
It again, or maybe you don't want to if you are Spacestation.
Yeah, I mean, Spacestation would love to see a Tracer map.
AN 4543 16 months.
So I wonder maybe
happy birthday, big boss. Thank you.
Where they would go.
Yeah, it's definitely
Mundo,
you know,
goes.
To go to something like a new Queen.
What should I eat for dinner?
Play both.
Get you some pho, dude.
And you can obviously play
Israel Adesanya, thanks for another gift of sub.
Need be.
How old are you? I'm 22. I don't know about you.
In this pool, to begin with, you know, we haven't even mentioned any of the payload maps. It's going to be Route 66.
Oh wow! When was the last time you saw Route 66?
Actually,
fuck.
It's really strong for the D.Va. If Hawk would like to play that hero.
If I'm SSG, I'm banning either Hazard or Zarya. Nah, probably not Zarya. Actually, no, Hazard or Zarya, and then force like D.Va.
To go for some big assassinations onto the enemy back. But Peps is gonna ban it out. They recognize the threat of the Echo.
So valid,
okay,
though,
yeah, I'll take that.
Because I think you're right. Imagine just like that 2-pronged attack from a Sugarfree Echo as well as a Chronic Freya. Like, I think you have a lot of value from being able to actually kind of like play.
I'm not gonna lie, they are just banning out Lenny. They're literally just only targeting Lenny with these bans.
So much easier. I think that Freya could still be very valuable here, but it makes sense you want to at least take one of those options out of the equation. But the break ban.
It's primarily just like a protection ban I'm feeling for Lucius Jericho in this case, yeah. And you know, you have already burned.
These are 2 months.
I wouldn't be too surprised if Peps, depending on defense pack, etc.
Anonymous give this up to Killhawk. Wait, what?
Oh, that's cool.
Now faces an option himself. Yeah, he's posing. He faces an option himself of what are we going to play on this one, because I think Hawk pretty obviously is going to flex over to the D.Va. He's going to be very comfortable playing that hero on this one. But what is Willis going to go to?
I think you could still play this Zarya. If you really want to. I mean, it could be hard. It definitely could still be hard. And I think that's why the Echo ban is very impactful. If there was going to be one thing that would really destroy something like this Zarya or make it more difficult to run, I do think it would be an aerial unit. Echo, Pharah. That's something that Zarya might not have very good access to damage-wise.
What?
But you have like good stair access to a lot of these high grounds on Route 66. So I don't think that Zarya is out of the question.
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, Zarya could be used, and you can definitely, you obviously jump from the payload on certain rooftops as well, so you can gain that high ground if you want to. I would prefer a more explosive option.
Dude, these zoom-ins are getting a little too close and personal. I'm gonna be honest here.
I think you even have to consider the hazard quite viable here in a match.
I don't think I need to see these people's faces this close.
Both teams are going to play comfort. I think that's the story of the game. No team is going to be uncomfortable heading to a map like this. But a big question for a dip as well. Are you going to play the Tracer now? Are we going to see a bit of a Tracer head-to-head? Plenty of alternatives, right?
I think that
Anonymous gift for thank you, man.
I think you get slightly outflanked by the Mei.
Yeah, but there's certain points of Route 66 that, like, you know, I have flashbacks to the, like, lower tunnel hold on first point of just having the Mei there. The turtle.
I am haunted by people playing Mei on third point in this in my ranked game. But keep in mind, I'm like low GM, so I'm not a pro player by any means.
Would you come back to your old setup? Visiting family.
I think flanks is going to be the name of the game, and that's where the Echo ban is so crucial here, because that obviously was an issue for Peps. And so they're quite happy to get that hero off the board. Could be a decent Sombra map. I don't expect it, but there's quite a few health packs to hack.
Arithmetic needs to give this up to fart fetish.
Rolling out on the May, you called it, bro.
Alright, I'm closing Preds. I'm closing Preds in like 20 seconds.
To Spacestation, I think
Nah, I have like 2 setups. I have one over here and one over at my place.
You know?
Relax, dude. Lenny's on Widow just to kill. Just go to our spawn. Relax. Everybody, calma.
Yeah, they proved on New York City that they weren't quite able to navigate around the May. So May secured a lot of value there. And obviously, Root, different map design here. So, like I said, May is going to have a tougher time. But it's definitely still a threat you have to be wary of. And as well, it's a lot of objective
Alright,
pressure.
closing him.
And so even though Spacestation, they have to be wary of this May, playing a lot on the card, stalling the payload, and buying a lot of time for this Peps defense now.
We in this.
Look at this. Hanzo and Widowmaker as just a quick look, see if you can get a pick from Spacestation. And as you see how close Team Peps are making that hold, one pick could have done it. But Spacestation are going to settle into Freya and Tracer to start off their attack.
Yeah, and I actually don't mind the
Whoa.
SSG, especially what you're facing with Team Peps here. And I think you're going to see
Or amazing something.
maneuvering this May onto the payload. They want to make space for FD God and Soro to get tons of damage in. And part of that is going to be dip stalling the card. But an early death.
Okay, Lenny on Tracer, unlosable.
They're going to lose a lot of this space onto this high ground.
Like he's on his one trick.
Space Station to grab control of this point and make it.
Anonymous giver things to give this up.
Yeah, because you can just play under big girls if you're Sugarfree, whereas Team Peps, they're going to want to just to wait for Dip to actually get back.
Boy, big guns is A months.
But look at where Willis is.
Read the name.
On the high ground, playing in the canyon here.
Alright, thank you for the sub to kill, Lenny.
I guess still buying some time, but it's leaving room for this Space Station squad to actually take that big girl's high ground control away from them.
Yeah, and Hawk is actually getting a lot of damage worth here. We are seeing FD God is getting closer to that Wu Yang ultimate.
Arithmetic things to give this up the foot job freak.
They're just stalling the court at this time. Peps, they're being very patient. They're waiting. Here comes the Wu Yang ultimate into the backline.
No way this guy kills anything with that. Yeah.
Preventing the value coming across, but Hawk is going.
But how is Hawk dead?
Distraction play by Peps.
Yeah, that was perfect because it did leave Hawk isolated from the rest of the team. While
Oh my God, yes.
was looking at Willis with that title blast, knowing that they cannot get knocked down to that. There was just no support there for Hawk in the front line. So Team Peps, they do get a chance to stabilize, but Space Station have 3-4 ultimates coming into this next fight.
Yeah, the big problem is though that you're gonna have to use the Continuar here aggressively, and they trade them.
Yes, Lenny?
Space Station able to
Yes,
get
Chronic?
off Peps,
Yes.
and they should have no problem cleaning up Peps in this one. Should they be able to get a recontest here, it's going to be very difficult. With no speed on the side of Peps here, this should be Space Station pushing this card in.
Yeah, and there's going to be a swap already. Willis doesn't want to play that Diva anymore, decides to match Hawk on the Zarya.
Yes, indeed.
Jading the sub.
Have the high ground on the second point, so you don't have to worry too much about contesting the enemy team. You're going to be a bit behind here when it comes to the ultimate charge, but the Zarya and the May, they're going to be really good at holding this choke point here. So let's see what Peps can do with it. Let's listen to Space Station Gaming as they attack this second point.
Alright, let's listen in.
Yeah. 3, 2,
Here's our
1,
kid, here's our two.
I'm right. Hit his feet, hit his feet.
One buff, top right.
No wave, no wave,
No wave. One buff.
Push left, push left. This dude.
I can walk.
I'm literally leaving. No, break. They're above. Just kill Bob. Adios. Beat up.
Still okay.
Nice one. Okay, bro. Let me know.
Behind them.
Oh, I'm dead.
No grav, just Bob. They have mail now.
They may, okay. We gotta try to get out the,
Their
get out
wolves is
wall and
close
we
as
can look
well.
for... Yeah, they
May
will
will.
too. We're gonna try to get out wall and then we can look for grav after.
That was a hard watch. That was a real hard watch.
Same time we go in. Go through mid.
Yeah, okay.
Are you going top?
No, we have to go in.
Yeah. Come on.
I can peek top right with you guys.
Can you walk in?
Yeah,
You guys ready. You guys ready? Tier 1 top up.
Go. We no shift.
One Bob.
We're top. No.
What the fuck?
I'm with you.
How many times has Hawk said May won? T4 T4 needs to give himself the kill EP. Whoop.
Yeah, I can.
I'm with top right now.
I have rush. Okay, they have mail too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. May Wu.
Where's CD's on their walk for my bola?
Holding bottom left. Holding bottom left.
I'll take car, you guys go.
Make the go.
Three bottom left.
Top.
Playing top, playing top.
Team on me. Team on me.
Top,
Bottom
top.
left.
Yeah. 3, 2.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Fuck.
You're fine. Actually, you're gonna
Top,
see
One bub, one bub, one bub, one bub. Go Kirio, one bub.
Spacestation are approaching the second checkpoint, and as they do that, let's see how Team Peps are going to respond on this defense to prevent that.
No way, I'm getting 2 listeners back to back.
Take top.
What the f?
Can you I want to blast you over this.
Yeah, I try to take aggressive.
Wait.
Close to
I can
tower.
push.
I don't have the port. I can give you. I have to try to walk left. I cannot reach.
Yeah, shoot.
Play under, make a line.
I'm making top trade.
Yes?
Reset.
I can give you TV. I go to you stay May or not? Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Oh, rhythm is taking this up. Whoop.
Okay, we can hold.
Nice.
Just play a bit,
Finally locked in.
fast, okay?
Yeah, what do you know? Pick a side.
That beat grab 60.
Beat grab 60, okay.
Holy Ultrac, what?
Can you hold close?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Fit right.
Yeah. I have to drop.
She's sorry. I'll take top. She's sorry.
Yeah.
I want to look for grab. I want to look for grab and look for speed.
Let me top my Pierre, I can't
Fit me.
join you.
Just shoot sorry, just focus sorry. Fit being me.
I can't join you with this.
Yeah. Finish with this, I'm thinking from main.
I can
Can
push
you drop main?
I'm on. Can push mine.
Kill it for trade.
Yeah,
I'll walk up.
Q no. I'm sorry.
Wait, why did let be? Why did let be?
Spacestation Gaming seem to think they can get through this first part of the third
What? They didn't use
quarter
anything.
on that sound barrier alone. So we do see that commit, and now they're loaded for this final part of the point.
Yeah, and they have all the space required.
They have a free grab.
Going to have a difficult time.
Honestly, it's not bad. We have 3 O's. We have our grab our own.
Pressure onto them early. Willis could have a massive graviton surge here, but who are you really going to isolate?
Oh, it's gonna be Hawk to pull the trigger first.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Throw it out as a desperation move. You saw the supports get hit by that on the high ground, but CJ is able to swift step away, and all the while Spacestation are continuing to come up with kills. So this should be this final third point confirmed for Spacestation. We do see Arian throw out this Kitsune Rush just for that last little bit, and Willis does come back out on the Wrecking Ball to try to get that stall, but it's looking tough. Especially now that CJ can invest his own sound Kitsune Rush into this. That's it, and Spacestation will
Chilling, absolutely chilling.
Yeah, the defense really got away from Team Peps on that. Lost control on the second point and immediately lost the third point as well. I feel like the May got a lot of value.
Anonymous gift to kill Evan.
And created enough distance for the backline. But then later on in this map, really didn't get enough value from the May to justify it. And we heard in the comms as well. Peps were asking like, hey, are you going to stick with
Honestly, maybe the beat wasn't bad. I think Left's plan was to not get anyone traded or something. Because they had more ults. I don't know. The Crystal thing's at 15 months.
Use it for that first
They full
point.
cap, so it doesn't matter.
And then that's kind of the problem that we were talking about. Maybe you just realize a little too late that you should have switched to something else.
We're good, Jesse.
And unfortunately, it was kind of a steamroll after that second point.
Anonymous gift to PG won't see July 8, 2027. I literally will.
A little disjointed in terms of what they wanted to accomplish on that second point. When we
Here we Katie's in 4 months.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit disjointed. But that's going to happen, you know, in some of these official matches, right? So I don't think that is too unexpected. I will say that though, SSG, they look so much more comfortable. When they got through the gates on second point, from that moment on, like they were set up and ready to go. Hawk was
going crazy? I mean, now he is. That Church is unbanned.
At that time on. Now Team Peps, they're going to have to reestablish and get some of this map control, right? Working the angles here on the offense. Dip is going to need to have some big impact onto the Tracer here. Let's see if Team Peps can put up a reasonable time here, capture out the map, and force overtime.
Yeah, 43 seconds left in the bank here for Spacestation as they complete Route 66, and now it's Team Peps' turn. As they come out of the gates here on their attack, it's going to be Willis locking in the
Saying I don't think they'd be doing the same thing to you, man.
Start on the Tracer right away.
Yeah, and that is almost a must. On a point like this, you You're gonna need to play these flank angles, put some additional pressure onto the Zarya, force bubbles, with some of these pillars protecting you, of course. And Sora,
How is Chronic dead?
Pick on the Chronic. That is a massive pick.
Massive.
I mean, that just is gonna give you so much space, and especially.
Did he just say massive?
Was holding on to so much of this high ground presence. Gonna give Willis an opening to actually try to match Hawk on this high ground, and Zoro can start to make this rotation for an off angle.
Yeah, I mean, this off angle is great now for Zoro. Just looking for this railgun. If he can find another one, has to be wary of the Freya. Does get poked down, gets sealed up in turn. But SSG, they look to have reset quite comfortably here now. Willis putting pressure on this card, but SSG should be able to get the jump anytime they see some opportunity.
And you can see just how Sugarfree wants to play this matchup. A lot of it with this Tracer is putting pressure onto Willis so that you're using those Zarya bubbles early, or you're
Hawk is taking so much of the map. This is good.
Out of FD God or
Zoning the fuck out the back line.
Still on this high ground too, and as he's able to wail away with 100 energy, just kind of sending it over the
Nice.
edge, is going to
How is CJ
really
dead?
put the hurt
How
onto
is CJ
Willis.
dead?
Oh,
But Zaro.
How is CJ dead?
Really big in this fight, and now that front line is gone. It's on Spacestation CPS, and even
Nice beat from Lep.
into this to try to
We might C9
secure the
though.
defense.
We might be C9ing though.
they're not contesting the card either. Sugarfree gets the pick on FD God, but that sound barrier is used for nothing.
And they get the point.
Yeah, they just Peps just pushed it.
Okay, maybe that beat wasn't. I don't
So
know.
a bit of a wasted.
Maybe I just missed the vision.
Obviously, they could have gone for that. There was perhaps an opportunity, but to not be able to make it work with a point contest in the first place, that just feels absolutely brutal. And now, Team Peps an opportunity to solve.
Lenny, I mean, we had to be hitting these, bud.
Cast the Graviton Surge. Let's see if
Yeah.
you want to put it out there to retain some of the space. We're gonna back off temporarily.
I mean, you do have a combo there as well with the grab. You can also throw in the bola shot.
Nah, be patient with this grab, Hawk.
Control. He does have a great
You don't need to grab until they use ults or it'll really pressure you. Nice. 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 Nice.
It's a great Graviton Surge. You don't even need to throw anything else on top of it for Chronic to just get set up to click some heads.
Yeah, Hawk has done his job with a massive Graviton Surge there that keeps Spacestation in control on this.
Daniel stalking for 18 months.
And they're not scared to push
Sugar!
They want Peps to waste resources early on here. Hawk can build some extra ultimate charge. Now the big thing is you have to get out, of course. Dip already putting pressure onto this card, flanking around a little bit. So Hawk is fairly isolated here. He's
Wait,
going to drop
hello?
Actually, I think he's counting on the rest of his team backing him up. Because Universe gets dropped by CJ. Chronic finds a pick on the Sorrow here. So they're going to make this spawn hold.
Thank you, bro. Help
for the
him.
time being. And it's a powerful position to be in. Because if you're feeling at a disadvantage...
Funky, everything's a 5. Give it subs.
forcing Peps to utilize important
Thank you,
tools
homie.
already in spawn.
I mean, Peps just have to go back to spawn entirely. You saw Zerion swift step
Actually,
out
thank you so
there,
much.
And now Space Station, no, everybody's grouped up at spawn. We don't want to overstay our welcome.
Don't have any ultimates, yeah.
Oh,
If
fuck.
we only have that bola shot to work with, it's
Right.
really not going to be that hugely impactful. When Willis is still held onto this Graviton Surge, as Zerion has this Kitsune Rush to actually close this gap in this main choke point, you just don't want to get caught with your pants down here. But now that Willis is on,
I would hate that, dude.
expect to see some explosive things.
Yeah, so Sugarfree is actually guarding the cards here as Hawk avoids the
Oh my, Chronic.
huge bola shot from Chronic actually, and that opens up this fight. That is a massive pick because it essentially shuts down the Peps push here. They drop the Kitsune Rush themselves, so Peps is still lying around here. They're looking for a Graviton Surge, but SSG is not giving them any ins into this fight.
I mean, the Kitsune Rush can't even really be used.
Oh my
because it's
goodness.
down on the low ground. And one Team Peps was already down a member. They don't really want to just kind of step
Oh
down
my,
and be open with
Chronic.
that. But Chronic still has that high ground. You're just putting yourself up to get eliminated by the Freya. And Team Peps, they still have this Graviton Surge to work with, but you've held on to it for so many fights now.
Yeah, that's an amazing
I mean, the
fight.
cart is almost there,
We know
though.
that Peps have the tools, especially with the Graviton Surge, to win one of these fights, but they don't enable Peps to use them in the first place. It's great positioning from them. Willis now contesting the high ground here for the time being. Going to generate some of this charge, and again, he'd love to drop this Graviton Surge.
Holy!
But SSG, they're flanking them, they're isolating them, picking them apart from all of these different angles. So Sugarfree and Chronic, they're looking really good here on this defense.
Now they've really shown up, and the fact that Willis has been denied an opportunity to use this Graviton Surge again is a spelling disaster. 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and Team Pep still have to round this corner and secure the second checkpoint. And with that Suzu, it was going to deny Sugarfree from
Yo,
being
Peps
able
are
to use that
nervous.
pulse bomb, but the job is still not quite done yet. FD God is going to come back out of spawn here on the Lucio, and as Spacestation still have this high ground control, you're looking at Chronic right now. You're looking at Let maybe coming in and getting a little bit of revenge from that sound barrier that was used previously.
Yeah, both teams staging at the minute here with ultimates coming online for SSG. They want that Graviton Surge, they want to get Sooner Rush. Happy to give up this card push. FD God resetting his ultimate charge after dropping that Tidal Blast. That's going to be at a disadvantage as Willis now gets
Beautiful.
taken apart.
Absolutely beautiful.
Graviton Surge by Hawk, and now SSG, they have the positioning. They don't care about the card. SSG, CJ going to drop the Sooner Rush
Beautiful.
as well, and they should be able to clean.
Absolutely beautiful.
Over to the Hazard. This is a Team Peps that is now scrambling, trying to find anything going on this second point.
And Willis is getting body blocked here in the canyon. How do you actually get close enough to this cart without taking too much damage? It's gonna have to be a question that is answered in the next couple of seconds, because there's only 6 seconds left on the clock. The Kitsune Rush is going to help them get past this main choke point, and Dip is there to at least start to
Surely no one dies to this.
But Zaro has to get something done with this overclock as he lets it rip. Everybody from Space Station scatters out of these Sojourn sight lines, and that's gonna set Space Station up for success. Chronic,
yes.
FD God, the Lucio is gone. The speed for Team Peps and the survivability is off the table. And so Space Station, they get another pick onto the DPS tier of Team Peps, and it looks like this push might be over. Space Station gonna slam the door here in Team Peps' face on the second point as soon as they clean up the rest of these members.
Okay.
Oh, Space Station game, they're gonna close out this series with just immaculate
Let's go.
positioning. They stayed alive for so long in that final fight and whatsoever on that. That was
thank fuck.
flawless defense for Space Station. Massively impressive there to hold on.
And after that second map ended up going the way of Team Peps.
Well played from everyone all around.
May was a fantastic answer.
Now tomorrow what was it? SSG versus Falcons? No, CR, right?
Kind of get through that, but they found a way at the end of the day, and that's really all that's going to matter. Space Station, congratulations to them. They do get the win over Team Peps, and they get to move forward in the upper bracket for the World Finals.
Liam really cool thing the 2 months. Whoop. Sugar, bruh. Whoa! Nah, he trying too hard. He trying too hard. He actually trying too hard. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. He might be a one trick. He might be a one trick. He dead ass might be a one trick.
Available to you. CJ, you know, dropping
I'm
to
looking at
27-1.
Sugarfree. That's crazy.
37-0. That is quite powerful.
Didn't die. That is the Sugarfree that shows up on the international stage at a World Finals. That is why we consider him to be a world-class tracer.
I mean, he aight.
But I think what was really impressive is that it wasn't just the tracer.
I mean, he definitely aight.
Echo looked good. Maybe struggled a little bit on New Junk City, but I think a lot of that could just be the space that we saw Team Peps want to try to take some of these fights, and it was challenging for the Echo to actually get close enough when I think there was a really great heads up there from Team Peps to say, well, we could just kind of push the pressure onto the Echo, and then as soon as she doesn't have any boosters anymore, she's low on the ground, like that's when we get the cleanup.
Yeah, I think it's really good for Sugarfree to prove that he has the Echo as well as the Tracer in this series, because that is something that other teams have to be worried about now. Are we willing to go up against SSG in an Echo matchup? Because there are quite a few maps here where Echo is really viable.
Yes!
If you're banned out the Echo, well then Sugarfree is really happy to play the Tracer there as well. So really impressive series from SSG. I think they build themselves a lot of leeway for the rest of this tournament, because now you've proven that you're really good when it comes to Echo and Tracer. You've proven that you're really good on Route 66.
I mean, this is SSG tournament to win. Epidemic thanks to 2 gifted subs, and then Israel Adesanya thanks to another gifted sub. Thanks so much, y'all. Should we just pull up on cam right now? All right, Jesse, let's go to Sweden.
The World Finals, I feel like this has really become a wide open book, and for a lot of teams that are coming in with all of the boot camps that they played, they've already gotten a bit of a taste of what these teams are already looking forward to. But now that we have all of our upper bracket round 1 finished, looking
go
forward to
deadlock?
tomorrow,
Nah, I'm going to sleep.
Some of those teams waiting in the wings they have tape now. They can actually go ahead and look and see, well, okay, well, some of these teams, they did play all the cards already. Now we know what to prepare for, and I think that's definitely something Sugarfree echo, great call out, and we'll see a little bit more tomorrow.
Yeah, big congratulations to SSG. You're now playing Crazy Raccoons.
Wait, why is she laughing that hard? Wait, why is she laughing that hard? That shit not that funny. It's really not that funny. I don't know what's funny about it. Why is she laughing that hard?
They've looked vulnerable on stage before. They lost against Nightmare in the Champions Clash. They lost, of course, in the mid-season championship as well. So it's not like Crazy Raccoon are unfamiliar to taking losses on the international stage either, even though they have been so dominant historically, right?
Maybe Vibe needs to give this up.
A team like SSG, who have this very defined style where Hawk is always putting out really good performances, Sugarfree is always carrying. It's really good signs for SSG here, Rose.
But it's been great to see Hawk come back into competitive Overwatch, and Danny has an interview with him right now, so let's see how he's feeling about this win.
You're absolutely correct. I am here with Hawk from SSG. Hawk, I mean, first day, first match, first win. A lot of firsts today. How are you feeling?
You know, that win was, you know, we kind of expected to win that one. You know, we were supposed to win that one, but they weren't. They kind of showed us some stuff that we didn't really expect. You know, like the May kind of ran me down. On that
I feel like he wants to call them terrible so bad. Like,
walled the first fight and then ran down a couple other fights. And that was a little rough. But I think when we were able to have the space in the map on the first and third map, we were able to like get something going, get some snowball going, hold the map, hold the angles, just win the map.
Yeah, I feel like you guys definitely did have your strategy, and it definitely did work. I do want to focus more on you because I feel like, for me personally, I haven't seen you in quite a while, and now you're back. I just want to get your how are you feeling? Like how does it feel?
so like we've been in 4 months.
Not on stage yet. I mean, this is still considered a stage. But
Drew, you all watching? Let me see.
Back in like a tournament setting, being able to play in LAN, like how does that make you feel?
Honestly, I never knew.
Oh my
God! Last time I played was in Dallas.
Thank you so much.
First major. I
awesome ass drawing.
Again, but, we're having
well, I'm not logged in.
Time. We're not on stage yet, but it's still a competitive environment.
The like will be there. Don't worry. The like will be there.
This all in person. That doesn't usually happen when we're online. So, I think
I appreciate it.
We're having a good
Very
time,
nice drawing.
it's good to be back.
Yeah. Talking about good time. I feel like tomorrow's gonna be a good. I don't know if it's gonna be a good time or a bad time, but I mean, you guys are with this one. You guys are gonna go up against a pretty tough team. It's Crazy Raccoon, from what I remember. How do you feel about that? Be honest with me.
They're gonna get absolutely dominated. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
They're gonna be really good. They're gonna be very tough to beat. We'll try our best, but like a team's the best in the world for a reason. They've just been so good for so long, and or I guess Falcons is also the best in the world. But you saw the maps be a little close today versus Falcons, and you saw like Team CC almost beat T1. So maybe tomorrow's a 1 in 100 chance. We just start dominating. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
It might be closer than 1 in 100. Maybe like 1 in like 20, maybe. But I mean, like you said, and you're a veteran yourself. Like anything could happen in a tournament environment. So there is a chance. I do believe that you guys could maybe win against Crazy Raccoons, but we will find that out tomorrow. That is it for the post-match interview. Let's head back to the desk. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
W Hawk, W Hawk, W Hawk, W Hawk.
He is one of my favorite players.
Oh God, he is.
In terms of just, you always get a real raw answer from Hawk. You never have to worry. And as we take a look at some of these highlights, map number 2, Rose, that's where Peps had their number.
You heard Hawk talk about it. We also identified this during the map itself. I think Dip playing the May was a very good surprise there for Team Peps to pull out. That ultimately was able to lead for them getting a map.
Jin for the 50 months.
And then we go to Route 66, and then Johnny, completely different story. This was like,
yeah, Sugarfree just looked in complete control of this map. And
it's time for CR to fall. Time's up. Did we already have something like this? Oh, it's called TikTok. Alright. Well, be honest, y'all. I am really tired. I stayed up the entire day. It's been a pretty good birthday so far. Pretty chill. But on God, we're winning it all SSG. Pretty awesome birthday. Want to say thank you for everyone for an awesome year. Has been really fun. And excited for another one. See y'all. I need to go sleep. I got some stuff going on. Always be yourself. Appreciate the small things. Try to smile, be a hard nurse today. Well. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all.